Good evening. Preconceived notions. Well, what the hell are those? And why they can destroy you and everything you're doing. KT here, Everyday KT, number 219. Preconceived notions, assumptions. I think this might happen kind of stuff. Is the enemy, and it will destroy you for a ton of reasons. Thinking you know what's going to happen because of whatever reason, well, sometimes it might pan out, but sometimes it doesn't. That's why, I always suggest, you go into something, you just go in. No expectations. Go in there, see where the cards fall. Because with preconceived notions, with assuming you know what's happening, with worry, more than anything else, you can actually sidetrack everything you're trying to do. Shoot yourself in the foot, as it were. Why is that? So, case in point, today, had a meeting with some fairly high-powered members of an organization that I help out with. And I didn't know what the hell they wanted. No clue. All I know is that, hey, we want to talk to you in the morning. And having been laid off more often than I'd like, and knowing how things like that happen, public place, couple of people, talking, lots of people around. I mean, heck, even those of you who've seen movies, all the hitman shows. Take them someplace. Let them know that they're out of there. So I was worried. Completely unfounded, and I had nothing to base this on, but I was still worried. I'm like, what am I getting myself into? Did not know what was going to happen, and got there, and I was like, you know what? I don't know, so I'm not going to worry myself about it because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going on. Come to find out, I was asked to take on a significant role in the organization. So it worked out in my benefit. And I was worried and I was concerned for absolutely no reason. Now, how does that apply to anything that you and I do, especially the kilt folks? Well, it's been playing out on a regular basis lately here on Facebook in the Brotherhood of the Kilt group. This one right here. People only see what they see and they don't know anything else until they start talking to people. There have been significant discussions over the past couple of weeks that would have been completely destroyed if the folks who were engaged in those conversations believed and stood by the preconceived notions that they had of the other people in those conversations. Well, they saw this and they said, well, this means that the person is that. No, doesn't mean anything, I'm wearing a kilt and a red shirt. Does that mean I'm a whatever you want to throw in there? No, it means I'm a guy in a red shirt and a kilt who, again, decided that sporn was overrated. So the preconceived notion, if those preconceived notions were followed and taken heed, the people would have never had those conversations, and the friendships that have been developing would not exist. The open communications, they're very, very interesting topics that are getting talked about, wouldn't happen because they'd have been shut down because there had been nothing but mudslinging, and I'm not going to let that happen. So it all goes back to those preconceived notions, those ideas of, well, this is the person I'm talking to. I better, I can't go talk to that person because of whatever idea I think they may have of me. The classic case, he or she is out of my league. Totally BS. Does not exist. No such thing. Odds are, that person that you are, attracted to, if you think they're out of your league, guess what? I bet you a ton of other people think that that person's out of their league too, which means in reality, not many people are actually talking to them at all because they don't think they have a shot. You know what that does? It opens up the door for the one person with the balls to say, hey, I'm going to go talk to that person. Goes away right there because the preconceived notion that that person's out of your league means Nothing. It's in your head, all right here. You have no proof. You have nothing to tell you that your preconceived notion of that person is actually true. It's just something in your head because of whatever has happened. Whatever things or experiences you've had that tell you that that person is out of your league. It's not a reality. The same thing goes with jobs, positions, pretty much whatever. If you've got the balls to go do it, then go do it. Putting on a kilt, wearing it to Walmart to go get bread and milk. It's a pretty significant step for an awful lot of people. And preconceived notions is you're crazy, weird, or some combination of the two, when in reality you're just another person wearing a kilt. Doesn't matter. So the preconceived notion, put those out of your head. Just get rid of them, put them in a box, chuck them in the recycle bin, trash, fire pit, wherever. Get rid of them. You know, they may have their place here and there in very specific occurrences, but as a rule, to rely on them, it'll destroy you, because you spend your whole life worrying about what might happen with something based on, or something or someone based on an idea that has no foundation. So put them out of your head. Life will be wonderful. Tonight, somebody throw up an everyday KT. It's not salmon. It was red. This was an actual red. This shirt once was this color, roughly. It's not salmon. It was actually red. So anyway, throw up. Let's see what we got here for everyday for Kiltology. And if anybody wants to throw up an actual number, I think they go to 507. Must be some kind of glitch. So I'm going to go with volume 2, because I can. Kelly, 501. Beer. Oh, yeah, well, all right. I can do that all day long. So, it was a request. Kiltology number 501. Beer. Beer is your friend. It may not be a daily companion, or even someone you visit once in a blue moon. It may even be someone you never speak to, ever. But when the fit hits the shan, a single glass of brew is there for you. How does that have to do with preconceived notions? Well, let me think for a second. Simple. It's just a beer. That's all it is. It's not saving the world. It's not curing cancer. It's not world peace or curing hunger. It's a beer. And as has been so eloquently stated, when the fit hits the shan, sometimes it's just sit down, let it all wash over you, and have a beer. So, with that, I'll let you go. Go have some shenanigans. Take those preconceived notions of everything and throw them out the window. Because they may have served some purpose thousands of years ago in our evolution. But now, to look at someone and to say, oh, I can see what you look like, I know what you're all about, is completely useless, irrelevant, and in a vast majority of cases, completely wrong. Aside from the fact that if you piss off a guy in a kilt, he might drop a tree on you. That actually could happen. So, with that, go out, have some fun, shenanigans. I think it's Tuesday night, so go do something cool, maybe find some tacos, and be strong. Put a kilt on.